Hey everyone, and welcome to this combined course. So there are two groups that I get to welcome here. There's the group that's taking the MTED 4/5300 course that is looking at curriculum and instruction and learning in math education. And then there are all in the SCED 4/5400 course who are looking at similar ideas in science education. Unfortunately, very last minute because of low enrollment to make sure that both of these courses could run, we have to combine them both. But also, I think, fortunately, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that we need to re-envision and have alternating and different opinions on how we think about student learning and bringing folks together across different disciplines to look at STEM as a whole is going to be really important, as opposed to kind of saying we're math people and then we're science people and together we're STEM. We are going to integrate right from the get-go. And so I'm really changing the name of this course to a constructivist approach to learning in STEM education. So that means a couple of different things. So I'm going to talk about logistically kind of what that looks like. There are the group of you that are in math that are going to be in one Canvas shell. There's going to be the group of you in science that are going to be in the other Canvas shell. The only thing you're really going to use Canvas for is your introduction, the scavenger hunt that I'm going to ask you to do, and then you'll be turning in major assignments in Canvas. The reason why I want you to do that is because Canvas is a very secure platform, and so your grades and all that stuff will be in a very secure place. But that's not where our learning is going to be happening. The most of our learning is going to be happening in our Slack channel, which you will get to through the scavenger hunt. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. This course is an asynchronous course, as I call it. You're going to be doing most of your work asynchronously, but I am going to have touch points where you can either meet with me separately, or you will be meeting with a small group of 2 or 3 of you to come together and have conversations about certain prompts connected to our learning, as well as supporting each other through our assignments, chance for peer review, for feedback, all of that kind of good stuff. And so predominantly there'll be some stuff in Canvas, but most of it's going to be in Slack. You can also, as a result, just send me a direct message whenever you need to talk about something as opposed to a formal email, and I will respond faster, guaranteed. So what does that mean now about the content? So as I mentioned, this course is now the constructivist approaches to learning in STEM education. And I'm assuming that constructivist approaches is something that you're not brand new to. But just in case, I want to give a little bit of a background of what I mean. I think that one of the things that we need to do is to really focus on like, what is that optimal learning space for our students? And so we'll think about the zone of proximal development of Vygotsky's work, where, how do we kind of like negotiate from where students are challenged and what students know and where they need to be? How do we find that spot? And so what that looks like in this class is we get to talk about like the hands-on experiences that our students get, right? How do we as a group collaborate and communicate? And then how do we have our students collaborate and communicate? We'll talk a lot about questioning. And then inquiry-based learning, ways for students to kind of show and make their learning visible. So that's our first module, is this idea of like constructivist approaches. The second module is really going to be around looking at small units of learning and their impacts on students. So we're going to be looking at a task that you have students do, not a full lesson, just a task. And we're going to be analyzing them, looking at like how cognitively demanding they are, what are the language demands that exist, because all of our students have language demands in some way or another. And then we're going to do some analyses. So in your internship, you're going to be taking one of the tasks that you teach and you're going to be taking a look at it. And then the last of the modules is really around lesson planning for learning and allowing students to show their learning, make it visible. And so for that, there are 2 projects. The first one, you're going to analyze a lesson that you teach, where you're going to record it in some way, either audio or video, and then collect the different questions you ask And what do you notice about what students did with those questions? How did that lead to learning, or how was learning missed potentially? And then for those of you who are in the Planning for Learning course as well, the last assignment for this course will be a series of 2 consecutive lesson plans that you'll also do an analysis on. So if you're in Planning for Learning, use the same 2 lessons that you're doing for that class. I think that that's kind of the main gist of the course. Most importantly, stay in contact with me. Let me know if any questions, and also bring to the table what you want to hear, because this is very last minute, very brand new course. And so I want to make sure that, again, you can feel that your learning is visible and that you have what you need to be successful in your internships and your work as future teachers. Thanks so much, folks. Looking forward to working with you.